All right, so we are here. This is a little combo meeting today. Let me share my screen. So we have a mixed bag. We got some people that have been doing bingo with us for a couple weeks. We have some people here just signed up for track and ready to rock and roll. And then we have some people that fall into both categories. So for those of you that don't know and that are just here for track, we spent a couple weeks playing bingo, doing stuff, taking action, all to build our business and hit our goals. So what we talked about last week was there's 5 parts of an agent job description. There's lead generation, lead follow-up, going on appointments, negotiating contracts, and script and role play. And this bingo board had a little bit of all of it, but a ton of lead gen and lead follow-up. So for those of you that participated in bingo, how are we feeling after 2 weeks here?
Exhausted.
but Rhonda, it seems like it was worth the effort, right? So Rhonda shared and Eddie, they've been going at it for the past week. They're building their pipeline, to say the least. Is that right, Eddie?
Yeah, we got some good leads. Your thing, good feedback, man. Yeah, we got some good leads.
All right.
And we're gonna get some more because we got another plan we finna put in place, and once we do that, we should get a bunch of more leads.
Is that just a teaser, or can you share what that plan is?
I can share what that plan is. It's a building that we looked at, and we posted. It's kind of like, I guess you can use it for some kind of group home or a retirement home. But anyway, what we did, we posted it, and we got a lot of people that's in the group home business that have contacted us and want to look at the building. And we want to let them look at the building so we can get the leads. So we might do an open house at the building.
Interesting.
So that we can get the leads.
Is this new territory for you guys?
Yeah, commercial is new. Because it's kind of a commercial building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that building made me interested in getting in. That was really cool. It was really cool how it's set up.
It is.
Wow. So you guys have been building the existing business and are even expanding a little bit. So that shows what steady, consistent action can lead to, and how small actions like these little things on the board can add up into big things, right? So
yes, sir.
I think Rhonda knew this the whole time, but this bingo was really planting a seed to get people warmed up and ready to take track and ready to take their business to the next level. Because everything on this bingo board, if you guys weren't here and you look at it, this is all stuff that you probably will end up doing at some point during the track program, especially these 5 things, right? 5 contacts a day, 5 days a week. You get to choose which days you work. 10 handwritten notes, core advocate vendor meetings. That means just meeting with the people that support you and the other professionals and somewhat related to home sales and buying once a week. Social media video you choose, and script and role play. So that is the basis of the track program. So if you have completed this, which Rhonda and Eddie have, we got some more bingo boards in already this week. I'm sure we'll get some more people who've been checking off boxes. Then
me and Rhonda got a listing appointment, and we role play, and we determined that I don't talk.
So you never know what you're gonna learn. All right, so what I'm getting at with this, and what this bingo board has shown, and even the people that weren't on track, if you're looking at this and you're like, wow, that seems pretty doable, like that seems pretty manageable, it's not this overwhelming thing, if you can find success in either one of these, you can find success in track. If you've done this, you did bingo, you're successful. If you looked at this board and said, I could do that every week, no problem, then you will be successful in track. And if you are successful in track, you can close 25 deals a year. And we have a little tracker. We did this on week 1 of the bingo board. But what we found is that in your market, selling 25 homes a year can get you taking home $180,000 a year. Does that sound like a manageable number for you guys to live off of each year? And then through this board, what we saw was that during this 12-week process, and as long as you keep this process going, and I'm going to get into what track actually is in a moment, but if you go through this process and maintain it through your career, your conversion rate is going to go up. So this was a 2% conversion rate. And if you get up to the 5% conversion rate, it was like, Cassie, what was it, like almost 450,000, something like that. Of course, you're going to have some more expenses, but I was talking to people yesterday. As you go through your life, you're never not going to have problems. You just want to be striving for better problems your whole life. So if your better problems are you have to find a way to handle taking in $455,000 worth of business, you're headed in the right direction, right? So those are problems you're going to want to encounter. So this all starts, well, a way to kick it off and to build a career like that is through this track program. So what is track? It is a 12-week program. There's actions that you're going to be taking day in and day out. And there's knowledge we're going to be providing through videos. And these videos are self-directed. You handle it in the meantime, during the week. And then we get together every week to discuss wins of the week, challenges, your experiences taking the action, and how you plan on or how you have implemented what you've learned in the videos into your business that week. Who's taken track before that wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about their experience? Rhonda's hand went down. She's like, I got you, Rhonda. That's fine. I won't put you on the spot, but maybe someone else will be willing. I mean, I can talk forever, but I don't know if anyone else minded sharing what they thought of the experience. Well, fine. Well, it is amazing. And it really is. It's a nice combination of knowledge, but it also is wiggle room for you to do business your way. And it's not for the faint of heart, though. But as far as the knowledge side goes, this is what we'll be getting into. So it is broken up into 12 weeks. Each week has a topic, but they're not standalone. So the idea is over that 12 weeks, all this stuff is building upon each other to help you create a nice, like, build or rebuild your business, depending on where you're at, and create a business that you can continue past the 12 weeks throughout the year and throughout your whole career. And it all starts with the foundational stuff. So week 1 is the 5 to 25 challenge. And that's what we were talking about right at the beginning. 5 contacts a day can lead to 25 deals a year, and it only gets better from there. Week 2 is time management. I don't care how long you're in the business, this is a challenge, right, for everybody. So just developing strategies, figuring out what works best for you. We've got some script and role play. We have social media. Then we get into section 2, accelerate, and that's working with clients, getting listings, working with buyers, open house strategies, and follow-up client experience. So that's stuff like pop buys, events, that sort of thing. And then last is becoming a real entrepreneur and becoming a local expert of your market through the last 4 weeks of the program. So what we do is we provide the knowledge, we provide the accountability and the space each week to really dive into this stuff a little further, lean on each other. But it's really up to you guys to commit to the process and to take relentless action. So we talked a little bit about what that action is. 5 contacts a day, 10 handwritten notes, a video a week on social media, script and role play, and meeting with your core advocates, the people that scream your name from the rooftop when they hear real estate, or vendor partners. You know, it could be anywhere, one from a contractor to a lender, title company, people associated with the home buying or selling process, or maintenance even for that matter. But by the end of this, you'll have done all these things. So 300 contacts, 720 minutes of script and role play, 11 meetings with vendor partners, with core advocates, bunch of handwritten notes, and then each week there's a specific challenge that relates to that week's content, and that is also something you're going to want to incorporate in your business and your routine and your rhythm, as long as they fit with your style. So this is a process. This is the expectations. It's really like a system. It's not a menu. So there is a ton of stuff, and it's a lot to really take in 12 weeks. And we don't expect you to absorb and implement every single thing in the 12 weeks, because this is something you can go back to, you can revisit, and you can keep building year in and year out. But what you want to do is certain things are going to speak to you during the 12 weeks, and listen to that, because everyone's at a different point in their business. Everybody needs to focus on a different aspect of their business in this moment. So do that. Take what's most important to you and run with it. It's better that you fully implement a few things than just scatter yourself too thin trying to implement everything and get no real momentum in any one area. And report your numbers. So not only will you be making 5 contacts a day, you'll be tracking your other activities and reporting it into a tracker, which I'll show you shortly. And this is a process, so don't skip ahead. Stay present in the week, implement what you're learning in that week, figure out what you like, what you don't like, what works for you, and then don't forget about it when we get to the next week. Just don't get too far ahead. There's plenty of time. There's plenty to do in the week's topic that we will be in. Time blocking is critical. We'll be talking about that. And then show up every week. Sometimes life happens. You might get a little bit behind on the videos one week. That's okay. Show up anyway. Get back on track the next week. That accountability is going to increase your chances of getting back on the wagon and finishing the program and finding the success that you want, right? All right. Any questions at this point? I know it's kind of hard to say when I haven't even showed you the program yet, but is anything stirring in your heads that you want to ask before we actually get into this?
Kevin, are we going to go through the full 12 weeks this time? We're not going to have any breaks.
Yes. So we might do a break for Thanksgiving week. And even if we do that, we're going to end up finishing right before Christmas. So it's actually, the timing's great. Cassie and I had talked about definitely taking Thanksgiving off. That's on a Thursday. We meet on a Tuesday. So I kind of want to leave that open and see how everyone's feeling, if they'd rather get done. If we got good momentum and you guys want to keep going when we're at that point and get finished a little sooner before Christmas is over. Or what we saw last time, and Rhonda, as you know, sometimes people get behind, and that little breather week can help people get caught back up. So we are going to hit the ground running right from today. What you got, Cassie?
Even with taking the break at Thanksgiving, we'll be ending the program December 12th will be our last meeting. So it is a couple of weeks before actual Christmas.
All right. So we got some wiggle room. Yeah. So Cassie, do you want to just say take that week off right now? Okay.
I think that's best because it still gives us plenty of time before Christmas.
All right.
Not like it's right up against Christmas.
Cool. No meeting turkey week. All right. So I'm going to show you, we're going to get right into this program. However, I'm going to show you a workbook, and just so you know, you're going to have a digital copy, but you can order a physical copy if you're a pen and paper type of person, if that's how your brain works. You can order it. It's $30. We're not making any money off that. We just want to be able to provide it for people that like that tactile, hands-on experience of the notebook. All right, well, let's get into it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, open up the platform, and we'll dive into it. So those of you that have hopped on a little late, this is being recorded, and I will post that recording in Workplace so you can catch what we did in the beginning. So Cassie is setting everybody up. In this program, you should have an email from the Locker Room University. From there, you'll set up your account and you will enter, and it will look pretty much like this. I have some other options over here on the side, but it's pretty much going to look like this. So what we have is a little search bar. In order to find the program, you can do it two ways. Once you're in here, you can go right to My Courses, which will be open. You can type in track, search for it, it'll come up. The other way is you're going to have a For Agents tab. That tab opens up all these options. Then you hit Track Plus. All right. You will see there'll be a little emblem here. You just click on that and that gets you right into the program. Everything you need is within this program. As I said, you can order the workbook if you want to, tlrtrackworkbook.com. But right in the start here, we got a disclaimer. We got a message from our founder at the locker room, Jake Dixon. We have a checklist. Make sure you have everything you need to get started, get your workbook, your script simplified book, both of which are right here. So once you click on that, it'll come up. Now, very important, you can download it if you want. You download it right from this little button here so that you could access it not within the Locker Room University. If you want to save it to your computer, however you want to do it, save it to your phone, whatever works best for you. All right. As I mentioned, each week has a set of videos to educate you. Also has a set of activities. You'll see each week is broken up on the side. Open it up. There's all the week's videos with the length of time it takes to get through the video. If you see a little blue dot like this, a little icon, that means this is something that you can't be, that's not found in the workbook. So it's something that's a little extra. So 71 ways to add new clients to your database. That won't be in the workbook. We update it a lot, so we add new things in, and when we can't update the workbook in time, we just add them to the course. So if you're looking for any of those things, they're in the course only. And each week's the same. Can't move on to the next week till you complete everything in the previous week. Each week, along with the videos, there's a separate place in the workbook. All right. So when we get to week 1, can everyone see that? Should I make that bigger? Yeah. All right. There are tasks each week. A lot of these tasks don't change. So these will be the same every week in the red. Then you have videos to watch, and written in red at the bottom is the weekly challenge. So this is the activity. This is the action that does change week to week. But as I said, it's something you don't want to just do once and forget about, especially scheduling 4 weeks worth of coffee and lunch dates with your top 50 people in your world and your database, and make sure you keep on top of them. So we put the actions on top because action is the most important thing. You could watch every one of these videos 15 times and you're not going to get a client. But if you do these actions consistently, you will get clients, you will close deals at an average rate of 25 a year, as long as you're doing your job 5 days a week. All right. Any questions so far? Okay. Cool. So we even go as far as breaking down each day for you with the tasks you should do, with the videos you should watch each day. Just helps you with that time management and making sure you get everything done. One of the biggest things I see that goes wrong is we get done with our weekly track meet. You go about your business. The next Tuesday rolls around and you're scrambling and watching videos 50 minutes before we're supposed to meet. That is not the ideal way to do it, because these videos are meant to encourage and improve your actions and activities during that week. So I strongly recommend when we get off of that Tuesday call, that's when your next week starts. Start watching the videos immediately, plan your week out properly so that you can start implementing stuff immediately. All right. And then we have a tracker. So within your book, you have just a paper and pen tracker. You can recreate this in Excel easily. But we also have, where is it? An accountability form. So each week, you guys are going to report everyone's numbers in here. Last updated this at like 9 or 10 this morning. So if you've signed up before then, your name's on here. You're going to choose your name, what week that you're on, whatever week we're working on, and then you're going to fill out all of these answers about your activities, about your deals you got going on, what closed, all that stuff, whether you completed the challenge. So my recommendation is track daily with this sort of thing, and then once a week, whether that's Monday night, Tuesday morning, fill this out. Because we want you to track numbers. Yes, there's an accountability portion, but numbers tell a story. And if you're doing this faithfully and honestly, you can learn a lot about yourself and about your business, what you're doing well, what you're not doing well, what needs improvement, and even where along the process of working with people you're doing the best and where it needs work. And that can guide your activities and what you're focused on, not just in this 12 weeks, but going forward. All right. So, and then we'll look at these numbers. So I'm going to have a whole spreadsheet, and when people are reporting them, it all gets filtered into one spot so we can look at it. We can look at our numbers as a group, and I can see your numbers as individuals too. So I highly encourage that. And we talked a lot about this, but let's take a look at it. So best practices. So don't wait until Tuesday. Watch the videos early, watch them throughout the week. Don't try to binge them right before our meeting. Track daily in the workbook, weekly on the tracker. I'll post the link to the tracker in Workplace, and I'll email it out to you guys so that you have it. Cassie, you usually pin that right to the top of the group, right? So you'll be able to access that once I do that. Use reminders for whatever you need. If it's to schedule your coffee dates, if it's to do a social media post, in addition to calendar, if it's to track your numbers, use everything at your disposal to stay on track. And along with that, get an accountability buddy. We've had 30 people sign up. Hopefully everyone plays all in. Find someone that you can work with and that you can hold each other accountable, whether that's through phone calls, direct message, text. Sometimes it could be as easy as finding one person and reporting at the end of the day, letting them know, did you or did you not get your contacts in and what got in the way. So we meet weekly, but that's 6 or 7 days between there that you're left to your own devices. And as entrepreneurs and as your own bosses, sometimes you need that little accountability, and it can go a long way into helping you get your job done each week. We talked about this, show up each week, you get a little behind, still come anyway, help you get back on track, motivate you, get you caught up on what you missed, so that when you do get back to it and you're getting caught up on the videos, it's not always totally fresh to you. Focus on what speaks to you. And remember, this is not just a thing you're going to be doing for 12 weeks. This is truly a system to help you build a sustainable relationship-based business that can be stable because you're focused on the activities that lead to the results that you need. So after 12 weeks, is your business going to be perfect? Probably not. I wouldn't expect it to be. But are you going to be in a better place? And are you going to have a nice structure and foundation to work from? Absolutely. So, and first and foremost, take action. I'll even say it. The actions are more important than the videos. You could not watch an entire video this whole 12 weeks and just do the activities, and you will still see results. But you can't watch all the videos and not do any of the activities and expect to see results. So obviously doing both is best practice, but prioritize the actions. 5 contacts a day, social media, and we'll get into some other strategies as well, handwritten notes, all that good stuff. All right, that's it. Is everyone clear on what's happening? Like how to access the course? You'll have an email from Cassie that'll get you in there. You might have to check your spam depending on your settings. We're going to watch videos each week, and most importantly, we're going to take actions. Those actions are in that chart within the workbook. Now, you weren't expected to have done anything today. So what that means is you got to hit the ground running right after this. So get into the university, Make sure you know how to access the course. I'm going to post the link today for the tracker so that you can track your numbers by the end of next week. So you're going to be doing a week's worth of activities. We are on week 1 starting now. When we get together next week, we're going to discuss week 1's topics, your activities around week 1, wins, challenges, the whole shebang. And then from there, we're on week 2. So when we meet, it's a recap of the week we've been working on. Does that make sense?
So we're starting week 1. So after this, get in the university, start clicking through, doing those tasks, start your actions, start watching the videos for week 1. And when we come back next week, we'll talk about week 1 and then go into week 2, start working on week 2, correct?
Absolutely, 100%.
I also am going to be adding all of y'all into a workplace group that is specific for track, so we can ask questions, talk about things, reminders, events. You'll continue to receive the email reminders about the classes every Tuesday. I think I also did a event reminder for the accountability piece, a reminder every Monday evening to click on the accountability. So that'll also go out and help you remember to do those as well. It's all going to be within the track group within workplace. So be on the lookout. I did add a bunch of people this morning into it, but I think there's more since you sent me the last list, Kevin. So y'all should be receiving the email with setting up your account in the university so that you can get in there, set up a password, and then you'll also be added into the group in workplace.
Yeah, beautiful.
Does that all make sense?
So big question. What is a contact? Let's just get clear on that. So we're supposed to have 5 contacts a day. I know some of you have the answer. We got some track stars in here, but let me hear from someone else. What is a contact when we're talking about real estate? Chandra, I'm going to call you out. See, that's the other rule of these track meets is participation and cameras on. So I'm going to let it slide this time that we only have a few cameras on, but I want y'all showing up, participating. It's a lot better when I'm not just yammering at you for an hour. So what do we think? I saw in there a lead, and I think a lead comes from a contact if we're going to be really specific. So Chandra, what you got? You turned your camera on. I assume you're ready to go now. What's a contact? The anticipation. Ooh, Shauna beat you to the punch, Chandra.
I had to get my mic together. Well, the contacts I've been having is like every morning I walk with my neighbor. So here lately, I've just been when I'm out, it's the school kids are out, so they're waiting on the bus, so their parents are out with them. So I'm just talking with everybody, just introducing myself and letting everybody know I'm a realtor. And so come to find out, one of my neighbors across the street has to move out of his house because the landlord wants to sell the house. And so who better than to help him buy a house than so I've already sent him to my lender this morning. So I'm expected to talk with her this afternoon to see what we have going on.
Yeah, beautiful. So that is a perfect example of a contact. And we got some good answers. Amparo, a contact is anyone you know or any attempt to get to know somebody, right? And Sean, I thought that was great. Any two-way conversation, any person, you get all their contact information. Yes. So it's a two-way conversation over any medium. It doesn't have to be a phone call. It can be a text, direct message, face-to-face, anytime you get an interaction. And yes, ideally you get some contact information or vice versa, right? So it's anytime you have the two-way conversation, it creates a relationship, strengthens a relationship, moves the business forward. It doesn't always even have to be about real estate. It's kind of thing, it's vague, but you know it when you had it. So at the end of the day, say, how many conversations have I had that have actually had an impact on my business or can have an impact on my business? All right. Is everyone clear on handwritten notes? We're supposed to do 10 handwritten notes each week.
Now that one, I'm a little confused on that one.
Okay. All right. So let me hear from somebody else that writes handwritten notes once in a while. Anyone on here? Rhonda? I didn't want to directly call on you, but I think you
I know it.
know.
Whenever I create a contact and I get all their information, their email, telephone number, physical address, then I also send out a handwritten note, but I put 2 business cards in it. I have a little thing that I bought from Amazon. It's just an index card, and there are different color index cards and different color envelopes. And then you can say like, hey, it was great talking to you today. And I really don't ask for business. I just say, hey, it was great talking to you today. Don't forget I'm a real estate agent, or whatever you want to put in there, and my 2 business cards, or say we need to catch up more, or whatever you want to put, and just send it out.
Yeah.
And I send it out to all the people that I put in my database if I have all their information.
Yeah. So there's a million reasons. What's Amparo say? Sent handwritten notes after a cold call. Perfect. Just saying thank you for taking the time to talk to me. And then close a business card. Beautiful. So those are great examples. It could be a birthday, it could be a home anniversary day. Your jackpot, if you're looking for things to write handwritten notes about, is social media. You know, you can always comment on it, but how nice is it if someone, you know, their kid graduated and you send them a congratulations handwritten note, you know? So birthdays, holidays, there's a million different things. And as far as business building, you could use your buyers. You could do just listing, just sold handwritten notes. So let's say you have a buyer that wants to live on Forest Drive, and there's no houses for sale on Forest Drive. You could write a handwritten note to every house on that street saying, hey, I have a buyer that's been looking to live in this neighborhood for so long. We haven't had any luck. If you know of anyone that's considering listing or possibly want to move yourself, I would love the opportunity to talk to you about it before it gets onto the market. Yeah. So there's a million different things you can do. Expireds, for sale by owners, you can send letters to. So anytime you're actually putting a pen to paper, that's a handwritten note. So if I write 10 handwritten notes, is that 10 contacts?
No, because it's a one-way conversation.
Right. Yes. So if someone responds to it, then it's a contact, and it's a contact for the day that they responded. And that was also a little example of how long I can comfortably sit in silence waiting for an answer. But thank you, Cassie.
I'm not good with that.
I've gotten very good at it over the past few years. So get ready, folks, because I'll sit here. All right. So I love participating. Hasn't this last 5 minutes been more fun? It has for me, with you guys being involved and conversating and supporting each other. So this is real. It's going to be tough. It's a lot of work you're going to be putting in, but it's for you and it's for your future, and you're allowed to have fun doing it. Right. So lead generation, making friends and talking to people, look at it that way, in whatever way, shape, or form you want to do so. All right. So let's have fun doing this. Let's build our businesses and let's take action. Who's ready? Awesome. Got a lot of yeses. So workplace is our hub, but if you have any other questions you want to get at me directly, I'm putting my email as well in the chat. It's pretty simple, Kevin at TLR Nation. Cassie and I will have everything together by the end of the day. So by tomorrow, you'll have all the stuff you need and be able to hit the ground running, probably sooner though. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be awesome. Thank you for coming, and we're going to have a kick butt 12 weeks. All right.
Be prepared next week. to interact, to have your cameras on if you can. I understand if some absolutely cannot, if you're at work or what have you.
Right.
But be prepared to participate. I promise you'll get so much more out of it. We learn so much more from each other too when everybody participates and it's not just a one-way conversation. So yeah, let's watch the videos, let's take the actions so that we can report back and have great success to talk about with each other.
All right. Week 1 starts now. Bye, everybody. We're here for you if you need us in the meantime, but I'll see you next week if not. All right.
Thank you guys. Bye.